All right. I know this is a little ghetto, but it's okay. We just got done training, but we don't want to show you exactly where we train because, you know,
some of y'all are weird. Yeah. And we don't want to expose ourselves.
Yeah. But we just briefly wanted to come up in here and talk to you guys real quick because today was one of those days. You wake up extra lazy, not really feeling it. You know, you're trying to make up all the excuses you could come up with to avoid doing what you have to do.
Yep.
Right? And me and him both had those feelings today. And I didn't want to train today, but we're here. And this is the point of this. We're not going to get into too much detail because we're going to set this up to go we're going to sit down and do an actual podcast. We wanted
to kind of prime you guys, give you something to think about before we come out with it.
Yeah, just think about it real quick. But today, like I said, there was a few things that honestly we didn't end up doing because of bitchness. All right.
Yep. If we were on it from the start, if we just, you know, like a certain influencer says, if we just woke up and it didn't matter how we felt and we just did the shit we got to do regardless, we would have gotten a lot more done today.
Absolutely.
Now, granted, at the same time, I know a lot of times for a lot of people, when they end up feeling like this, it becomes very difficult for them to actually turn their day around and make something out of it. We were at a point where I could kind of tell, I kind of wanted to just throw in the towel and just say like, oh, we'll figure it all out tomorrow. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. But regardless, because it was you who said, let's just figure out what we can do today.
Yeah.
And because we sit down, actually did that, analyze, day was a lot better than it could have been.
Yeah. I wasn't feeling the best mentally. Like I noticed myself getting like fed up with the most minute little details, like the slightest inconvenience. And I was like, I wasn't like showing it, but in my head, I was just like, fuck man, really? Like, you know, like I gotta, you know what I'm saying? Just bitching and complaining all the time. And that's because my mind knows that it was supposed to be doing other things today. It was supposed to be getting certain tasks done, and I didn't do that. I allowed my emotions and my feelings to get the best of me, and it stopped me from accomplishing a lot more than what I could have today. Now, did I get some stuff done? Yes, more than most of you, honestly. But at the end of the day, I could have gotten a lot more done had I not been caught up in my feelings. So, with this topic of depression and just not feeling happy, that's because your mind, my guy, is telling you, your mind and your body is reacting to the type of lifestyle you're living. And the way you're living is not good for your mind or your body. Thus is why you're feeling upset. That's why you're not like, you know, you feel sad out of nowhere. You feeling depressed out of nowhere, right? And this is all coming from experience as well. I'm not just trying to, you know, pretend like I've never gone through this or experienced it. We all have. Mm-hmm. But yeah, those are some of the feelings that you get when you know you're supposed to be doing certain things, but you're not because you want to be lazy.
And be careful. Like we said, we'll get more detailed about this on the actual podcast. But if you're part of a team and, you know, you guys are kind of, you know, if there's 2 of you guys, if there's 3 guys, if multiple of you are going through this same sort of thing that we're describing at the same time, it can become kind of easy to blame things on the other person you're on a team with. Generally, we're pretty good at avoiding that kind of mentality, but on days like today, like I can feel it creeping up on me where, you know, you kind of deflect to the other people you're on a team with and, oh, it's their fault for things not going the way that they need to be. It's not my fault. That's generally not the right way to look at things. Point the finger at yourself first, and that'll usually tell you what you need to know.
Yeah, because earlier, like I said, there's certain things I didn't want to do, but that's what made me say, okay, so what can we do? You know, then I realized the issues that we were facing that day, you know, the quickest solution is to go and just start on something, whatever that may be, whether it's picking up a book, going for a walk in the morning. Nobody's telling you to wake up and immediately go run fucking 10 miles, bro. Wake up, take a 10-minute stroll. You'll feel way better than waking up, hitting your nicotine, you know, sitting there on TikTok, your phone, checking all your notifications. And then also put your feelings aside when it comes down to going after your goals and trying to achieve your dreams, because that shit's not going to get you nowhere. Because if you if you base what you want to do off how you feel, you're not going to do fucking shit. I promise you that. Nobody feels like working out at 10 o'clock, almost 11 o'clock at night. Like, nobody wants to sit in front of a laptop and do a bunch of research on certain things that we're involved in. That way we can get a better idea on, you know, the whole business and market of things that we're getting into. That part is not fun. There's no joy in that. I promise you. It's cool because you're learning new things. Of course, you know, you get a sense of accomplishment.
But once the novelty of it fades, it becomes hard to stick to it because once the novelty's gone, the motivation's gone, and then all you're left with is discipline or your lack of discipline, and everything's gonna move forward from there as it is.
Yeah, like when we started the YouTube channel, like the first few videos, I mean, the first month we were posting, like it was like we were on top of the world, you know. We felt like we were celebrities, yet we weren't really doing shit. And now that we're, you know, further in and we're getting better results now than we were obviously when we started, like those feelings aren't necessarily there no more. But that's because it's like just the idea of it sounds great, but once you realize the amount of work that is required to be able to be like, you know, like an elite person in a fighting game, the YouTube game, whatever aspect of life that you're trying to get into, is like, it gets hard, bro. The joy, I want to say it leaves, but it becomes like, you just have to work harder to get those feelings. And people are not willing to do that. That's really it. Those feelings are still there. It's just, you're going to have to do a lot more work. And in order for you to get that joy, it's like, it's not just me starting the channel anymore. It's like me having to get 500 subscribers and 1,000 subscribers and this many views and that many views, you know. That's what's going to bring joy.
It's about having all these new mountains to climb, like never run out of new side missions in life to go after, you know?
Yeah. Those people that say, oh, I did this, and this in my past, I'm good now. Like, I don't know, bro, because there's, like, an age does not fucking matter, man. I'm telling you right now. Like, you could be a 13-year-old kid putting in work, or you can be like a 40-year-old man who used to put in work. Now you're just sitting on your ass all day talking about, oh, I used to. You'd be a lot better off if you had continued on and not let your emotions decide and determine what you do with your life and with your day. But I don't want to get in, because I already start feeling myself creeping in more.
Yeah.
So we're going to cut it here, guys. But we just got done with some training, some kickboxing training. I'm trying to get my kicks better. I've been training boxing mainly for the last year. So now I'm trying to mix in some kickboxing, get some ground game in here soon. But yeah, it was a good little workout. Could have done a lot more today, but that's what tomorrow's for.
We'll have some training videos coming out soon. We've been talking about it. We will do it. Stay tuned for that.
Yeah.